It don't matter if Oklahoma State wins this game or if wins this game. That is going to be your fourth. One, two, three, fourth Big 12 title. And I don't know about Oklahoma State. It might be the same for them. I feel like they might be tied with Texas. Four. We have 14. 14. 14. Like, I can't stress it enough. I can't. It doesn't matter. If we would have went 2-10 this year, we leave the Big 12 conference with 14 conference championships. What up, baby? It's your boy, the ATX Tuner, back with another video. And what you got your head down for? Pick your head up. Ain't no reason for you to have your head down, hanging low like that. Yeah, it's the end of the year. I get it. We don't have no Big 12 championship game to play for. But, I mean, what do you expect when you got to depend on a team like BYU? I mean, I knew what I expected. I'm sure y'all expected the same thing. But, I mean, they did give us hopes. But BYU is going to do what BYU is going to do, man. But, man, I mean, regardless of the fact of what BYU did, how Oklahoma State almost dropped the ball on that one, we won 10 games this year. We went 10-2. We got a good bowl game we're going to go to. We're probably going to be in the top 10 at the end of the year, going into the bowl game. We are now in the SEC. SEC. We in it, man. We in the big leagues now, man. So I'm telling you, from this point forward, this year, the way we've been playing this year, we got a lot of stuff we need to iron out. We got a lot of dents we need to knock out the frame. We got a lot to figure out as a team. I hope Danny and Billy Bowman come back. Please come back. Send our defense off on the right way going into the SEC. Please come back. We need you. But I'm just playing. I feel like we'll be good either way, but it will definitely help us if they were to come back next year. But man, I mean, let's go over this TCU game. That's what this is about. This is the TCU preview. I'm gonna still hit y'all with What the Wednesday coming up this week to go over this, and then after that, the dreaded time is here, y'all. The dreaded time is here. Content wars. Dun, 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 dun. We're going to have to figure out what we're going to do with content, how we're going to keep y'all entertained going out through the off season. This is the easy part coming up with the content during the season. It's whenever you don't have nothing to talk about. That's when it's going to show you who you are as a YouTube channel. Who you are. What is you. Are you going to be consistent? Can we rely on you? Can we go into the SEC and have your name badged onto whatever opinions you have? Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. We're going to find out together. But TCU. Let's go over the offense, man. And speaking of the offense, might be losing Jeff. All this pressure that we was putting on him, all this, negativity, all the bad that we placed on the man's shoulders. It might have got him out of town, man. And you know what that might mean? That might mean Jackson Arnold is going with him. I hope and pray that that's not the situation. But the way BV was talking, the way Jeff Lebby was talking, it sounds like there's already been a decision made. And it sounds like Jeff Lebby is going to be the next head coach at Mississippi State or something like that. I don't know. And will Jackson Arnold be the next quarterback at Mississippi State? And who will be our next quarterback going into the SEC? And who will be our offensive coordinator going into the SEC? So many questions, man. So many questions. Good luck But at the end of the day, we have the time to figure it out. And we're Oklahoma, so I mean, regardless, when it comes to this being, it's a good job. Let's put it that way. It's a good job to have. Just hoping that we can have some type of, man. We need a quarterback next year. But either way, let's go. Let's go into the TCU game now. Offense, spectacular. I mean, they did it the opposite way I would like for them to do it. I like to establish the run and then open up the passing lanes. They did it opposite than that. They established the pass and that opened up the run lanes. So I get it. I respect it. Was I a little bit, did I like it all the way? Not necessarily. I don't think I did. Especially just knowing that, if we could have got Gavin Sawchuk involved earlier, he probably would have had 200 yards this game. Tobby Walker only had 5 carries, but even with those 5 carries, he averaged like 6 yards a game, something like that. So, I mean, just goes back to my whole we can run the ball thing. And Gavin ended the year with a great 4-game streak of 100 yards plus a game. I mean, he flipped his stats within the last 4 games of this year. Congratulations to the man. Drake Stoops. Drake Stoops, man, we're going to miss you. We're going to miss you so much, man. You did so much for this team. You were a leader. You took the Oklahoma fan base and gripped them in your hands and just carried us wherever you wanted us to go. And we were down to go there with you. I'm going to miss the Stoop the Stoop chance. I'm going to miss the reliability of knowing that, Drake Stoops is down there somewhere. But go on, get your money, man. I know you're going to the league. I know you're going to do something good for an NFL team out there. And guess what? No matter what color you got on, no matter what team, no matter what city that you land in, anytime you catch the ball, your boy is going to be yelling Stoops every single time. And I'm sure the whole entire fan base is going to be doing the same. So just know that no matter what, you are always going to be in our hearts. You got a place in our hearts, and we are riding with you wherever you go. Wherever your career takes you, we are right there with you. So thank you, man. Drake Stoops appreciation. Thank you. He went off. He went crazy. Over 100 yards again. 12 catches, 125 yards. That's like 1 point something, or that's 10 point something yards averaging the catch. That's a first down every time the man touches the ball. Nick Anderson, the future, has came and has solidified his spot as I'm the number 1 receiver. And don't get me wrong, we still got Andrew Anthony who can come and re-solidify that. But there's no L in anything I just said right there. We have 2 number 1 receivers going into next year, going into the SEC, that we know of. Andrew Anthony, if he comes back as good as he left, which I do believe he will, I have faith that he will. Number 1 receiver, Nick Anderson, if he's going to just continue to grow, number 1 receiver. Come on. Like, still got Farouk coming back. We still got G Freaky coming back. And the special teams, G Freaky, we got to talk about that. But either way, man, the offense looked good. Did it differently than I would prefer them to do it, but they got it done either way. Jeff Levy, congratulations. Round of applause. Hey, you figured it out. You did it your way, and I respect it. Nothing but respect to you. If you decide to come back, I'm grateful. I have made it hard for you to stay. Don't get me wrong, but I've never been on the fire Jeff Levy train. Never been on that. But that don't matter. I wish you success going into the future, no matter where you end up at. And obviously, if you end up at Mississippi State, within the SEC too, so we're gonna have to dial that down a little bit now. Every time you play Oklahoma, you're going to have to give us a little tricks, a little party tricks, a little favors or something, because we ain't going to be rooting for you then, But anytime we not playing for you, go ahead, Jeff Levy, go ahead, Anyways, Tyree Walker coming back. Gavin Sawchuk coming back. I'm hoping Barnes comes back. I know Jalil Farouk coming back. I mean, man, we are so loaded. We are so loaded going into the SEC next year. We gonna have the 5 stars coming in. The train with the 5 stars in it, it has almost. They're about 3 stops away. They almost here. They're almost home. And guess what? As soon as they get home, them boys gonna put that work in. They gonna get that Smitty treatment, and it's over. It's a wrap. Defense is gonna be crazy. Offense is gonna be even crazier. #1 ranked running back in the nation coming to Oklahoma. By the way, tight end coming into he gonna reclassify 2025 tight end. He just committed this weekend too. But either way, 5-star tight end, #1 ranked tight end in the class. If he reclassifies, from my understanding. So guess what? The future is bright, Oklahoma. Keep your head up that way, because ain't no reason for it to be down that way, because we ended the season 10-2. Just for us to be in the Big 12 championship picture was a blessing, because y'all know we went 6-7 last year. I got to keep reminding y'all that, and I'm going to keep reminding y'all that, because it's facts. We grew this year, and we developed. In Texas right now, their heart is pounding. Their hearts are relieved. They have so much weight that just got lifted off of their shoulders right now, because they know that they don't have to go through us to get the Big 12 championship. You're lucky, UT. We'll see you in the SEC, though. Every year, by the year, same time, same place, same results. So I'm looking forward to that, man. Let's go into the defense. The defense, not so good. Not gonna lie, defense was not. I mean, sheesh. They put what? They put 45 points on us. I said that my prediction was that the score was gonna be 42-17. It was like 42-16 at halftime. I'm wrong. I couldn't have been no wronger. So, I mean, that lets you know my expectations. I knew that the offense was going to score points, 69 points. I'm super happy about that. But, I mean, I didn't expect to get 45 or 42, 45 put on us. I mean, man, not a good look. But, I mean, you got to think about it. You're going against an inspired TCU team. You know, anybody that plays Oklahoma or UT this year in the Big 12 conference is going to have that extra giddy up about them. They're going to have that extra, little oomph to them, because, they trying to send us out the right way. They trying to be the ones have with the SEC chance at the end of the game. And it didn't work out for TCU, fortunately. But, I mean, defense did not look good, not going to lie. But I do know that that's something that they're going to correct. They got all offseason to correct it. We can talk about the bowl game. We know the bowl games don't really matter. I don't know who will play. I mean, if you're not in like a top 5 bowl game, then they kind of just throw you against anybody. So we might play USC. Who knows? I mean, like, ain't no telling how they'll jumble that up. That's all about the ratings. So that would be a nice rated game. Don't get me wrong. But I don't know if they'll have Caleb Williams. They might not have. We'll see the future of the USC and against the future of Oklahoma, if that were the matchup, which would be a beautiful thing to see. But because you know how that would be. But either way, man, defense didn't look good. I mean, let's see who. I mean, Billy Bowman, Danny Stutsman, man, come on, our top 2 leading tacklers, and they're both gonna be gone if they choose to. They both have the talent to leave if they wanted to, and they have both kind of stamped their name as we are NFL players at the end of the year. Granted, whenever Danny was healthy, he did that all year. But Billy Bowman Jr., he has shown out, and he has came to play these last 2 games, and the man he led the team in tackles against TCU more than Danny. Yes, he's on a whole different level than Danny. Danny is so much closer to the ball than. And that might not be a good thing. That might just show you that they actually got to the 3rd level of our defense. But at the end of the day, man, it was beautiful. It looked good. He got a tutty out there. I mean, our defense is promising. The future is so bright with our offense and our defense. Um, the only thing we got to worry about, man, is the whole what's going on offense. Who are we going to have going into next year? Quarterback wise, head coach wise. Um, Obviously, you never know who else could go with Jeff Lebby. We don't know who's here because of Jeff Lebby. And judging off of how, everything went on with the old Linky boy, Tebow out west, it's kind of hard to have that trust in players to be like, oh, y'all are here for Oklahoma, you know. And I get it. It is what it is. There's no problem with that. Go with who recruited you. I recommend you do that. Do what you feel is best for yourself. But I'm an Oklahoma fan. I'm not a. I'm not a. It don't matter if Jeff Lebby is there. It don't matter if BV is there. It don't matter if Toucan Sam is there. If Toucan Sam got on a head coaching outfit and he is the head coach of the Oklahoma Sooners, I'm rooting for Toucan Sam. So if that's not your mentality, I get it being a player because your future is being held by the coaches, when I'm looking at it more of a program standpoint. So I recommend y'all do what's best for you if you guys are leaving. I mean, if you guys are going to the transfer portal, I get it. No hard feelings, I do believe there's a right and a wrong way to do that type of stuff. And, the way that it seems like I think the NCAA did kind of put a little tighter chokehold on it, I feel like it'll be all done the right way, out of respect. And I don't think there's a problem with players leaving. I mean, I feel like everybody should do what's best for them and their families and their bodies and their life, But anyways, that could be another topic that we can go over on What the Wednesday. Because, hey, what is our offense going to look like next year? I mean, that's a perfect topic. So we'll go deeper into that on Wednesday. If there's any major updates before then, I'm going to continue to be here to provide updates. I might be a day late, $1 short. It don't matter. I'm going to still provide the update. And, yeah, I'm going to need y'all's help in the comment section, man. I'm going to need y'all's help. What do y'all want to see going forward with this channel? How do y'all want to contribute to the channel? Like, what are some ideas you might have that I can throw out there? You never know. Your idea might be something that I use, and you'll definitely get the credit for it. I mean, we'll see what it is, man. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what the future holds. All I know is that the future of the Oklahoma Sooners is looking bright. Let's end this off with positivity, man. Y'all, I'm not happy with the outcome of that Oklahoma State BYU game. The fact that the little bro gets to go into the Big 12 championship without us, and they are the reason why we're not able to be in it because they beat us fair and square. That's a lie. And, I mean, they handled business tonight, like it or not, which kept us out. But look at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is not the Big 12 championship. It's not the playoffs. The bigger picture is the growth, the development, the trust that we can have in this coaching staff. Clearly, the defense took a step up, judging from last year. BV took a team that was demolished, that everybody transferred out, that where it was anybody that we, at least acknowledged. And obviously not everybody. You get what I'm saying. Lincoln took a good amount of people with him, and then a lot of good offensive players also dipped, and defensive players as well dipped. And it was like, hey, we were gutted. This Oklahoma program was gutted when it comes to football. BV came in, hired a hell of a coaching staff, rebuilt this from the ground up, and 2 years. Think about next year. Next year is going to be completely different. Our expectations can be at least 10 wins. You remember what your expectations were going into this year? You you were hoping for 10 wins. You were like, man, I hope we can get 10 wins, but if we can't, at least get us 8. I mean, we were literally at the bottom of our confidence scale when it comes to this team going into this year, because we knew we were going to get better. We trusted the coaching staff to get us better. We trusted the transfer portal to get us better, the new recruits to get us better. But we didn't know how much better we would be. Well, ladies and gentlemen, BV just turned this season over by 4 games. And we haven't played the bowl game yet, so we can't say 5 yet. But BV has literally taken a 6-7 team and flipped it over to a 10-2 team. We have nothing to be mad about. We know, and the 2 losses that we have against Oklahoma State and Kansas, we beat ourselves, along with a little help from the referees. But at the end of the day, we put ourselves in that position. We beat ourselves. So what I get out of this year, and what I think you should get out of this year as well, is that we are undefeated because we are the only team that can beat us. We've shown it. No matter how bad we play, we've shown that we can still win. But when you lack the discipline when it comes to penalties, when you lack the execution when it comes to the turnovers, that are just not smart at all. Like, these are just decision-making turnovers, whether it's too cute on offense, when it comes to the play calling, or even if it's too cute, it don't matter because the play wasn't executed correctly. I get it. It's the game of football. I know. But it is what it is. It's facts. At the end of the day, that's a fact. Oklahoma is the only team that beat Oklahoma this year. Because Kansas did not beat Oklahoma, even though that scoreboard does show at the end of the game that they beat us. The same way you can throw Oklahoma State in there as well. They know they're not better than Oklahoma this year. They can leave that game with the happiness that we won, but at the end of the day, they have to look in the mirror and say, sheesh, we took what they gave us, because we gave them both the dubs, which is the reason why we're not in the Big 12 championship, and which is also the reason why we're not in the playoff picture. Because we were good enough to be undefeated this year. We're good enough to go into the Big 12 championship and whoop Texas again. And UT fans, you can't sit here and say that's a lie, because guess what? We did it already. So be good, be happy about that. Like, yeah, it sounds like you can look at that on a negative end or in a negative light, but it's not. That's something to be proud about. The fact that Oklahoma beat Oklahoma 2 times this year and we went 10-2. Last year, Oklahoma beat Oklahoma 7 times. maybe 5 times, I would say, because I think TCU actually did beat us last year, and freaking Texas whooped our ass last year. So, I mean, out of those 7 games, 5 of those games, Oklahoma beat Oklahoma. And you see, we turned that around into 2 games where we beat ourselves. And don't get me wrong, we going into a whole different beast when we talking SEC. We going into a whole bigger picture when it comes to that. Yeah, it's top heavy, but even they bottom heavy teams aren't as bottom heavy as ours in the Big 12. Well, what used to be ours in the Big 12, because we are officially in the SEC. But keep your heads up, Oklahoma. Take care of each other, man. Do something right for somebody else, man. Give Team 129 a pat on the back. They did good this year, man. They put a smile on your face. Yeah, they might have had you crying a little bit here and there. They had me crying here and there. I was definitely crying. You can go back and look at the receipts on my channel. But at the end of the day, man, we went 10-2. We were right there. We did what we needed to do to win, or to be at least play in the Big 12 championship game this year. And yeah, I know we will never get another opportunity to play in another Big 12 championship, but we got 14 of them. It don't matter if Oklahoma State wins this game or if Texas wins this game. That is going to be your fourth. 4th Big 12 title. And I don't know about Oklahoma State. It might be the same for them. I feel like they might be tied with Texas. 4. We have 14. 14. 14. I'm like, I can't stress it enough. It doesn't matter. If we would have went 2-10 this year, we leave the Big 12 conference with 14 conference championships. I don't want to hear none of you little Big 12 teams comment below trying to talk nothing. Because at the end of the day, when you look at the history of the Big 12, your school that you root for, I don't care who you are. I don't care which team you are outside of Oklahoma. The school that you rooted for, the school that you love, the school that you cry tears for, can't even compare. They can't even stand up next to. You're not even in the same section as Oklahoma. You know what? That's going to be a video of its own because I can go off on another 30-minute rant just about how great Oklahoma was in the Big 12. So that's coming. That's coming because I want it now, but it's coming. It's coming. Whoa. Pause. Whoa. Whoa. All right, y'all. It's time to get out of here. I'm going off on a tangent, and it's not getting any better. But thank y'all for tuning in with me this year, man. Thank y'all for sticking with me week to week throughout the year. Again, I'm going to still be here. Y'all going to still be there. Even if the content ain't what it should be or what it could be, understanding it's growing and it will be better. And I'm going to grow. And you're going to grow with me. So I thank you for tuning in with me this year. Team 129, they got one more left, and that's the bowl game, whoever chooses to play in it. And yeah, we went 10-2 this year, and we are in a good position next year to either compete or win the SEC. And you know what happens if you win the SEC? You go to the national championship. And guess what? We will not miss a playoff game from this point forward because it's going to 12 teams. So take that, do that what you will, and again, thank you for tuning in. Have a good rest of your night. We're going on 30 minutes, but keep your heads up, y'all. It's the only thing in our DNA is to keep the heads up because we are them. We are that. We are it. We are Oklahoma. Bye.